Welcome, everyone, to the annual Chancellor's Office Service Awards. This year, like so many other aspects of our professional and personal lives, celebrated in a virtual format. Given the biology of this disease we're up against and the realities of the pandemic, it's our only responsible choice. And collectively, we have powerfully demonstrated that working remotely, we are not merely able to sustain our operations, we're able to thrive, to advance our mission for the benefit of our nearly 500,000 students in the state of California, despite the remarkable challenges the year 2020 continues to place before us. But I have to concede, this is one event, an annual highlight for me, that pains a little to conduct virtually. I would much prefer to be standing before you in person at the Dumpke, to be able to look you in the eyes and tell you how proud and humbled I am by the transformative work that all of you do every day on behalf of the CSU. This year, perhaps more than ever. I offer a heartfelt thank you. Today, we celebrate work anniversaries that collectively represent more than 1,120 years. Think about that for a moment. That's more than 11 centuries of combined service to the CSU. Travel back in time 1,120 years ago and you predate the Magna Carta and the Battle of Hastings. Genghis Khan wasn't even a twinkle in his mother's eye, and traffic on the 710 was a breeze. We honor colleagues who have dedicated between 5 and 35 years of their lives to this wonderful university. We do so because continuity of service matters. It is a powerful and measurable demonstration of commitment to and passion for our noble purpose. Of course, any healthy organization needs new employees with fresh ideas and different challenging perspectives. But those who have succeeded over time, who have adapted to change and stared down adversity through the course of their tenures, they keep an organization tethered to its identity, its mission, and its core values through both good and turbulent times. They are a source of strength and stability in difficult circumstances. These are the employees that we celebrate today at a time when your experience, perspective, wisdom, and perseverance has never been more valuable or more necessary to this institution. The CSU's students, faculty, administrators, presidents, trustees, and alumni are grateful for your service and your commitment, as am I.
Thank you, Chancellor White. We begin this year's program with Executive Vice Chancellor Dr. Lauren Blanchard, who will present the Service Awards for Academic and Student Affairs.
Creativity, perseverance, collaborative problem solving. These are just a few of the outstanding qualities shared by our talented colleagues in the Division of Academic and Student Affairs, whom I am privileged to work alongside each and every day, even if right now it happens to be virtually. Our colleagues celebrating work anniversary milestones today exemplify the service and dedication of all of our teammates across our division, especially during the unprecedented past 7 months, which have brought extraordinary challenges, to say the least. Your resilience and ingenuity have continued to power our division and ensure the steady progress and well-being of all the students that we have the privilege of serving. Thank you sincerely for your commitment to our great university and for keeping our students at the heart of everything that we do. Today, we recognize those employees in our division who have served for 5, 10, 15, and 20 years. I will begin with the recipients of the 5-year Service Award. Sorann Sing. Sorann is a department administrator and the glue that holds the professional and continuing education program together. Coworkers say her quiet demeanor brings a sense of calm to any situation. While at home, she loves to cook and is working on a cookbook about all things chicken. She is also cultivating an herb garden, which should certainly inspire a few recipes. Congratulations, Sorann Sing. Amanda Olivas. Amanda is a creative communications specialist. Aside from her creative talents, she is a great organizer, collaborator, and committed lifelong learner, preparing research and helpful information for family and friends. I hear that she has also amassed an impressive collection of all types of panda bears, which I may have to see for myself one of these days. Congratulations, Amanda. Shatiana Parks. Shatiana is an administrative coordinator for the Cal State Student Association, providing essential support to CSSA staff, executive officers, and board members. She is happily a part of a huge family of 289, that's right, 289 close relatives who all reside within Southern California and who gather together frequently. She is also grandchild number 75 from a family of 10 siblings. Shati is passionate about astrology and has been writing an astrology comic book that she hopes will one day be made into a film trilogy. Congratulations, Shati Parks. Next up is Marla Gunasagaram. Marla is an instructional designer who has been supporting open educational resource projects since she began working with the Chancellor's office. She has helped to create a large repository of low-cost, accessible course materials being used by students across the nation. When not spending time with her family, Marla channels her creativity into crafting, most recently sewing customized face coverings for her family, friends, and neighbors. Marla, we may need your sewing skills here at the Chancellor's office at some point soon. Congratulations, Marla Gunasagaram. Emily Magruder. Emily moved here from Georgia in 1993, just in time for the Northridge earthquake, to attend UCLA, and she's never left since then. Today, she is the director of the Institute for Teaching and Learning, where she oversees professional learning across our 23 campuses. Under her leadership, this summer alone, 17,000 faculty members were able to participate in 250,000 hours of training to enrich their virtual instruction this fall. Emily has also shared her love of teaching in Kenya, Thailand, and as a humanities professor for 11 years at CSU Dominguez Hills. Emily has 2 college-aged children and enjoys biking, yoga, gardening, and reading. Congratulations, Emily Magruder. Elizabeth Sanchez. Elizabeth is a scholar practitioner focusing on diversity, social justice, and equity. In her current role, managing the Chancellor's Doctoral Incentive Program, she focuses on advancing these values while polishing her professional skills. Elizabeth earned a bachelor's degree in sociology from UC Irvine, her master's degree in guidance and counseling from Loyola Marymount University, and is working on her doctorate in educational leadership from Cal Poly Pomona. In her free time, Elizabeth likes to watch football and baseball games with her kids. Congratulations, Elizabeth Sanchez. Makia Ross. Makia is a Washington, D.C. native and proud CSU graduate who supports the international programs team as a valued administrative assistant. She holds a master's degree in public administration from Cal State Long Beach, and her passion for community involvement certainly shows. She has held several leadership positions with local community organizations and has orchestrated numerous events, including the Black History Cultural Experience and the Juneteenth Freedom Day celebration here at the Chancellor's office, which Chancellor White and I were privileged to attend. Congratulations, Kia Ross. Meredith Jansen. Meredith is the director of the Future Faculties Program and the California Pre-Doctoral Program. She is a 2-time CSU alumna, hailing from Sacramento State and Chico State, and she's actually been employed by the CSU for the past 22 years. Before she arrived at the Chancellor's office, she served for 14 years as a professor and chair of the Department of Recreation and Leisure Studies at Cal State Long Beach, a fitting role for someone who loves biking to work. When she's not working or pedaling, Meredith enjoys gardening, cooking, and traveling. Congratulations, Meredith Jansen. Next up is Roy Stripling. Roy serves as Director of Student Success Dashboard Research Initiatives. In this capacity, Roy has helped to develop innovative visualizations that bring data to life to help campus faculty, staff, advisors, and leaders better serve our students. Away from work, Roy is a doting husband and father of 2 young boys. He has a renowned affinity for bagels and also loves to nap. On the rare occasion, he's able to sneak one in. Congratulations, Roy Stripling. Hee-Jong Woo. Hee-Jong is a senior research analyst using her seemingly magical powers to create order out of what would otherwise be data chaos. Her unique expertise allows her to untangle puzzles, vet analytical ideas, and secure crucial data on tight deadlines. Thanks to her kind, jovial nature and easy rapport with colleagues, her team highly values Hee-Jong and the important work she does on behalf of the California State University. Congratulations, Hee-Jong Woo. Brianna Wagner. Brianna is the developer for Cal State S4, the web platform used for 17 campuses and 35 programs to manage students' off-campus academic learning experiences. She not only develops the software, but also provides technical and user support and training, earning her the moniker of knower of all things. Brianna is also an avid Anaheim Ducks fan, and pre-pandemic, you could find her riding the roller coasters weekly with her brother at Knott's Berry Farm. She even created a special website that documents their adventures. Congratulations, Brianna Wagner. This rounds out our class of honorees completing 5 years of service at the California State University. A hearty congratulations to each of you. Our next recipient is being recognized for 10 years of service at the California State University, and she is Dr. Sheila Thomas. Dr. Thomas joined the Chancellor's office in 2010, bringing with her administrative experience from Cal State Long Beach, Cal Poly Pomona, and Southern California University of Health Sciences. She is now the Assistant Vice Chancellor and Dean of Professional and Continuing Education, developing courses and certificate programs to help adult learners advance in their careers and to meet California's evolving workforce needs. She recently mobilized the professional and continuing education area to create the Courses for Causes initiative, providing free professional development courses for essential workers, working adults, and community members to help them weather the pandemic. Sheila also oversees a wide range of support through Veteran Affairs and co-manages Cal State Online. Congratulations, Dr. Sheila Thomas. Our next cohort of awardees are being recognized for 15 years of service. And first up is Ray Murillo. Ray is the Director of Student Programs at the Chancellor's Office, where he works closely with the Student Affairs Council, program directors, and the California State Student Association to ensure we are meeting the needs of all of our students. When he's not at his desk, Ray enjoys being outdoors, and especially hiking. His major achievements include trekking to the top of Half Dome in Yosemite and Mount Whitney in the Sierra Nevada. Now that is impressive. Congratulations, Ray. Jolene Coleman is our next recipient. Jolene Coleman is an administrative specialist and a devoted mom to her pets, which include 3 street rescue cats and 3 dogs, including a whoopsie doodle named Josie. Whoopsie doodle. Well, that's a new one for me. Jolene's second passion is being a part of a boating group called Old Boats Rule, which you may see cruising our local waters in vintage watercraft from the 50s and 60s. Congratulations, Jolene Coleman. Our next honoree is Dr. Nahun Kwok. Dr. Kwok first joined the California State University in 2004 as an administrative analyst in the Department of Teacher Education, Evaluation, and Assurance, and is now Assistant Director of the CSU Educator Quality Center. During his 15-year tenure, Nahun has helped our teacher preparation programs strive for excellence and continuous improvement by providing analytic support for survey-based evaluations. Congratulations, Dr. Kwok. Our next recipient is Renata Bauermeister. Renata is the Assistant Director of Academic and Exchange Services for our International Programs team, providing academic services to outbound study abroad students and managing the inbound CSU system-wide student exchange program. Working with all 23 CSU campuses, Renata has placed thousands of international exchange students throughout the CSU. Renata brings a unique perspective to her role, having lived in New Zealand for several years. If we were celebrating in person, we may have convinced Renata to perform her ceremonial dance, the haka, for us. We'll have to wait for her 20th year anniversary for that. Congratulations, Renata Baumeister. Our next recipient is being recognized for 20 years of service to the California State University, and she is Tracy Butler. Tracy joined the Chancellor's office as an assistant to the Academic Senate before being promoted to director. Today, she manages the group's day-to-day operations, including making all arrangements, maintaining their schedule, and managing the budget to advance faculty priorities. I hope she also provides refreshments, as she has a degree in culinary arts and was a professional chef for 10 years. Congratulations, Tracy Butler. Our final cohort of awardees are being recognized for 25 years of service, or a quarter of a century, to the California State University. And first up is Joanne Sharp. Joanne is the Assistant Director of CSU Summer Arts. She brings a wide range of skills and talents to the program, but none so impressive as her ability to work with people. She is respected by faculty throughout the system and brings out the best in them, as well as in participating artists and students, keeping this high-stress machine running smoothly. Joanne also loves to travel and is especially grateful for being able to work with programs abroad to expose students to art outside the United States. Congratulations, Joanne Sharp. Next up is Leo Van Cleve. Leo oversees international programs and the Summer Arts Program, while also serving as the liaison to the CSU Academic Senate. Over his 25 years, Leo has been promoted from Associate Director to Assistant Vice Chancellor for International and Off-Campus Programs. Some of his fondest memories are from his time in Japan, and our sources say that he enjoys singing karaoke with colleagues, but only overseas. Congratulations, Leo. Tarita Varner. Tarita is the operations lead for academic programs and faculty development, where her upbeat personality makes work more enjoyable for her team. Tarita has a bachelor's degree in behavioral science and recently completed her master's degree in public administration, both from CSU Dominguez Hills. In her spare time, she enjoys spending time with family and friends, volunteering in the community, and traveling. In fact, last year, she and her family enjoyed a 3-week vacation in Europe. Tarita is committed to learning new things and tries to live the motto, each one, teach one. Congratulations, Tarita Varner. And this rounds out our lineup of deserving recipients from Academic and Student Affairs. I look forward to continuing our work together to further the mission of our university in the days, months, and years to come. Again, congratulations, honorees.
Thank you, Dr. Blanchard. Now we welcome Executive Vice Chancellor and General Counsel Andy Jones, who will recognize the awardees from the Office of General Counsel.
Good morning, everyone. As we all know, this past year has been a year like no other, And before getting to the individual awardees, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire Office of General Counsel for working tirelessly during these unprecedented times and grappling with the unbelievable number of complicated and challenging issues presented by the pandemic. The attorneys and support staff in the OGC are an amazing bunch of folks who are dedicated to the mission of the CSU, and I am proud to be on their team. The Office of General Counsel has 6 service award recipients this year that I would like to give special recognition to. The first recipient is Christopher Fowler with 10 years of service. Chris is one of our bright and talented attorneys. He is University Counsel for the Long Beach campus, a member of OGC's External Affairs team, and is an office expert for construction, information security, and real estate and land records. A litigator at heart, Chris is dedicated to defending his campus and the CSU. Chris is navigating working from home with his 11-year-old son, Calvin, and he is struggling with relearning middle school curriculum while his son is engaged in distance learning. Chris loves to be active, and a few years ago, he participated in the AIDS Life Cycle Ride, which, if you don't know, is a 545-mile bicycle ride down the California coast. He is a swimmer, and while most of us are hitting our snooze buttons, Chris is hitting the pool swimming laps. He is also an avid baker, which makes him very popular in our office, especially during the holidays when he delivers his annual tray of home-baked holiday treats. Fights have broken out in our break room over his salted caramels. Chris is extremely dedicated to the mission of the CSU and works tirelessly to support his clients and colleagues. We appreciate Chris's hard work, his witty and sarcastic humor, his ability to constantly challenge himself and others to strive to be their best, and most importantly, we appreciate his 10 years of devoted service to the CSU and the OGC. Our next awardee is Carrie Rieth with 15 years of service. Carrie is a cherished and invaluable member of the OGC team. She serves as the Assistant Vice Chancellor and Chief Counsel of the External Affairs team and is University Counsel for the Chancellor's Office. She is also an office expert for auxiliary organizations, conflict of interest, and records access. Outside the office, Carrie enjoys trying to keep up with her 2 rambunctious boys, the constantly fluctuating schedule of her firefighter husband, and the newest addition to their family, Doug, the cutest Labrador retriever you have ever seen. Carrie is incredibly smart, helpful, and hardworking, and dedicated to the CSU mission. She is the consummate team player and collaborator, and we thank her for her 15 years of service. Our next awardee is Mei Ling Nicholas with 15 years of service. Mei Ling is the OGC's lead paralegal. She assists our attorneys with all sorts of tasks and works side by side with them to address the legal issues that confront the CSU. Mei Ling is the resource paralegal for Public Records Act requests and legal holds, both of which keep her extremely busy. Mei Ling spent her time away from work planning her next travel adventure and raising her beautiful, incredibly smart and talented daughter. Mei Ling is an incredible baker and is now working on perfecting her skills at making preserves, and I can't wait to try some. Mei Ling is a highly valued member of the OGC, and we thank her for her 15 years of service. Our next awardee is Daryl Ham with 15 years of service. Daryl is one of our hardworking attorneys in the OGC. He is University Counsel for the Fresno State campus. He's a member of OGC's Academic and Student Affairs team, and he's an office expert for affirmative action, FERPA, and First Amendment matters. Prior to joining the CSU, Daryl served as a senior attorney at 2 different nonprofits, Legal Services for Children and the National Center for Youth Law. And he also served as an attorney for the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights. Outside the office, Daryl loves spending time with his wife and children, and he's a sports fanatic, with baseball being his favorite sport. Daryl always has a kind word for people and seeks out new employees to the office to make them feel welcome. Daryl is committed to the mission and values of the CSU and is an absolute pleasure to work with, and we thank him for his 15 years of service. Our next awardee is Sue Westover with 20 years of service. Sue is our gifted and tenacious Assistant Vice Chancellor and Chief Counsel for Litigation. She is a superstar and an office expert in legal holds, state personnel board, and subpoena matters. She is also highly organized and a computer whiz. Inside her office, everything except her office walls is decorated in either pink or a leopard print. Outside the office, Sue volunteers at animal shelters and rescues hundreds of cats at one time. She even has an entire room in her house just for her foster kittens. It should come as no surprise then that she is affectionately known as the OGC's Catwoman. She is also a rabid sports fanatic, with the Anaheim Angels and New York Giants being two of her favorite teams. Sue is a gem, and her litigation prowess and leadership are responsible for saving the CSU unbelievable gobs of money every year. We're happy that she is on our side, and we thank her for her 20 years of service. Last and certainly not the least, we honor Lynn Rivera with a whopping 35 years of service to the CSU. Lynn is a legal secretary in our office, and she currently directly supports the Assistant Vice Chancellor and Chief Counsel for Civil Rights, 1 litigator, and 2 University Counsel. And she indirectly supports the entire OGC by acting as our own unofficial IT help desk. Lynn has great IT prowess and has saved the day on many occasions. And she makes, quite simply, the best lumpias you have ever tasted. If you haven't noticed, food is a big theme in the OGC. Outside the office, Lynn loves spending time with her family, especially her 3 grandchildren and her pets. And I've lost track of how many pets she actually has. Lynn started with the OGC in 1985. And to put that in perspective, in 1985, Coca-Cola introduced the new Coke. CDs just started to replace cassette tapes. The first .com was registered, and the first version of Windows was released. The average price for a gallon of gas was $1.09, and the average price of a new car was about $9,000. A lot has changed, but Lynn's dedication to the CSU has been unwavering. Lynn is incredibly hardworking, a pleasure to have around, and at this point, the word dedicated is an understatement. We cannot thank her enough for her 35 years of service to the CSU and the OGC.
Thank you, EVC Jones. Up next to honor recipients from the Division of Human Resources is Vice Chancellor Evelyn Nazario.
Welcome, Chancellor's Office colleagues. I am delighted to share this year's virtual celebration of the annual Service Awards with you. Today, I am pleased to participate in recognizing employees in system-wide human resources who are receiving 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25-year service award. These employees are an example of the dedication, hard work, and contribution of all employees in system-wide human resources. During this extraordinary time, our employees have shown that they are resilient. Everyone has worked collaboratively and risen to the occasion during this pandemic when their home and work life, as they knew it, was suddenly changed. During these unprecedented times, our virtual world came alive with creative and innovative ways to work. New workflow processes have been created. System-wide workshops have had record-breaking attendance, along with working with our campuses to identify shared services where it makes sense. Throughout our CSU community, we have seen wonderful collaboration and work to support our faculty, staff, and students. I sincerely hope that you and your loved ones are well and safe. We're all working hard to keep the spread of this virus to a minimum. And when it is safe to do so, I very much look forward to returning to the office and working with everyone in person. I am so grateful for our team. It has been such an honor to serve with all of you, and I am humbled by your tenacity, spirit, and unwavering dedication to the mission of the CSU. And now let's start the celebration with our 5-year System-Wide Human Resources Service Award recipients. Suzy Mendez. Suzy serves as HR coordinator and supports the administrative function for the team that makes up our largest unit, Human Resources Management. Suzy consistently demonstrates her flexibility to change and exudes a wonderful attitude all the time. Suzy loves to share with others that the CSU is really a great place to work because of the friendly, diverse, and compassionate people, and that it is a place where she feels as though she has the opportunity to learn and develop both professionally and personally. We all feel the same about Suzy. Next, we have Neha Shah. In her 5 years as labor manager, Neha has lent her expert advice to various campuses and represented them in meet and confers with the unions. She is our resident expert on all matters related to the Personnel Employee Relations Board, also known as PERB, and was successful in negotiating a system-wide security camera policy. Neha is brilliant. When we were notified that the Chancellor's office would be working remotely, the first thing Neha grabbed was an espresso machine. She certainly has her priorities right. The last individual in the 5-year category is Letty Hernandez Landeros. Not only is Letty's work title the longest in our division, her duties and responsibilities match the length. Recently, she added talent acquisition and general employment services to her responsibilities and was promoted to senior director. Letty is always up for new challenges and welcomes them with a can-do attitude. She appreciates CSU's noble mission and says this is the first job she's ever had where she is truly moved by the organization's mission. Letty considers herself a lifelong learner and really enjoys working for a large, complex organization like the CSU, where she feels she is constantly learning new things. She loves that her job is never boring and says she tells her people all the time that this is the best job she's ever had. Moving on to the tenure category, we have Desi Ann Ballot Dyson. As an HR analyst in HR services, Desi provides a warm welcome for new hires on their first day. She also motivates employees to get fit and eat right with fun and interactive programs through the Chancellor's Office Wellness Program. In her spare time, she enjoys road trips with her family and long walks with her pit bull rescue, Lulu. Our 15-year recipient is Renae Klemm. Renae is a compliance and talent development coordinator in learning and development. She supports HR compliance training by closely tracking legislative changes and ensuring that all of our materials are up to date. She is also tasked with providing accessibility support for our online learning content. Renae is the perfect person for this role, given her incredible attention to detail and extensive knowledge of the CSU. Renae has been a wonderful addition to the L&D team since day one. It's hard to imagine how L&D managed without her. Now we jump to 20 years of service, recognizing Tammy Hines. Tammy has held many different positions at the Chancellor's office over her past 2 decades, and most of it feels like they were spent working on CHRS. She is a calming influence in dealing with our campus partners and remains the anchor of our campus engagement. Tammy is one of the driving reasons that we're so close to finally implementing CHRS across the CSU system, and we are all so grateful to have her with us. Our last recipient has been with the CSU for 25 years. Elena Delgado Amascua began working with the Chancellor's office in 1995 when she was hired into the Construction Management Group, known now as CPDC. From there, she went on to work with system-wide HR in the Equal Employment Opportunity and Academic Personnel Department. In 2012, Elena transferred into the HR Services Department. She is currently the HR Programs and Special Projects Administrator for the Chancellor's Office. In her free time, Elena enjoys family get-togethers with her 6 kids, baking, and bike rides to the beach. Please join me in giving a big hand of applause for each of our recipients.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Nazario. Vice Chancellor Garrett Ashley will now highlight a number of our colleagues from University Relations and Advancement.
Good morning. Paying tribute to our staff during this awards ceremony is always a highlight of my year, and this year it feels especially significant given the challenges we have faced together. Although today we spotlight the contributions of our colleagues celebrating milestone anniversaries, I want to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our entire University Relations and Advancement team. This year has been anything but easy or predictable, but you've been resilient while rising to the challenge, holding close our core values along the way. I'm grateful for the opportunity to work alongside you, and I take inspiration from your service to our students, faculty, and your colleagues here at the Chancellor's office and across the university. Thank you for all your work and unwavering commitment as we continue to further the mission of the CSU. Allow me to introduce this year's recipients. Wendy Garcia is the proud mother of a 4-month-old baby boy, Robert Joshua. She also happens to be the Senior Manager of Development and Donor Relations for CSU's system-wide advancement. In this role, she serves as the development officer for the CSU Foundation, where she is responsible for strategy on fundraising goals, prospects, and donor stewardship in support of CSU priorities. Wendy loves the impact of our system-wide scholarship programs and looks forward each year to the CSU Trustee Awards. Wendy, thank you for your 5 years of excellent work and congratulations on the new addition to your family. Christiane Salvador is Public Affairs Coordinator, responsible for writing stories promoting the CSU's initiatives and programs on calstate.edu. Her work can also be found in our inboxes. She sends out the News of the CSU Daily Digest and serves as co-editor of the biweekly CSU Leader newsletter to keep us informed about the most pressing topics impacting the CSU and higher education. She also assists with media relations and serves as a liaison to our campus public affairs departments. The pandemic has forced her to hone her skills in the kitchen, and she has been enjoying trying riskier recipes and becoming more creative with her dishes. Thank you, Christiane, for your exceptional service through 5 years at the Chancellor's office. Jay Paik is our web development manager who helps oversee our digital properties, including calstate.edu, CSU, and CO Mobile. Jay is well versed at working collaboratively with different groups and departments across the Chancellor's office. One of the highlights of his 5 years of service was helping to redesign the calstate.edu site. Outside the office and away from Zoom, Jay enjoys traveling with family and friends, gardening, and day trading. Thank you, Jay, and congratulations on 5 years of dedicated service to the university. Tony Molly is Director of Public Affairs, responsible for strategizing, implementing, and managing our media relations and new media initiatives, and for working collaboratively with reporters and producers. It's a demanding role, and Tony has stepped up consistently to tell the powerful story of the university. She's proud of the work she's accomplished with her team and applauds her colleagues, Mike, Hazel, Alicia, and Christiane, for their dedication and willingness to help one another. Outside of work, Tony enjoys spending time with her family, paddleboarding with friends, weekly virtual book club and bingo sessions, taking walks around the Colorado Lagoon with her 6-pound rescue pup, Sadie, weekend road trips, and visits to national parks. Thank you, Tony, for 5 exceptional years of service. Robin Wade is the Senior Web Manager in Communications. If you visited calstate.edu or CSU, you're familiar with her excellent and creative work. Robin is passionate about higher education and the transformative impact it has on students, their families, and their communities. In her free time, she loves hiking, pugs, spontaneous road trips with pugs, and collecting pugs. Robin and her wife are the adoptive parents of 4 kids who are the center of their lives. She hopes to teach them to live life abundantly and embrace each day for the wonder it brings. Robin, congratulations on 10 years of service. Your dedication to the university and pugs shines through in everything you do. Aaron Moore. Aaron is Director of Advancement for the Office of System-Wide Advancement, providing financial oversight for the CSU Foundation and leadership of our alumni engagement across our university's 23 campuses. Aaron's relentlessly positive attitude and strong work ethic are central to the success of his team. And for the past 10 years, he has taken a lead role in working to help our university make our state and world a better place. Aaron is a big animal lover, and when he's not in Zoom meetings, he enjoys spending time with Akira, his Shiba Inu, that's a dog, a proper dog, Robin, by the way, and his cat Malibu. Aaron, congratulations and thank you for 10 years of service. I want to again personally thank all of our staff recognized today for their years of dedicated service to the CSU, along with our entire university relations and advancement team. Thank you for your service and dedication to CSU.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Ashley. It's wonderful to learn a little more about our friends and colleagues. Next, in his Chancellor's Office Service Awards debut, Interim Chief Audit Officer Vlad Marinescu will recognize the awardees from the Office of Audit and Advisory Services.
Hello, Chancellor's Office employees. This year is my first service award ceremony with the CSU, and I am pleased to have the opportunity to acknowledge the hard work of all the employees receiving service awards today. Although we cannot come together in person to celebrate, I want to convey my sincere gratitude to each of this year's service award recipients. Your dedication and commitment is inspiring, especially in these challenging and unprecedented times. I really cannot emphasize enough how incredibly impressed I am with the perseverance of not only today's award recipients, but all of our Chancellor's Office employees. Thank you for your service and for all you do for the CSU. This year, we have 7 awards within the Division of Audit and Advisory Services. 1 for 5 years of service, 3 for 10 years, 1 for 15, and 2 for 20 years of service. Our first award is for 5 years of service. Marcos Chaqollan joined our division as internal auditor and currently serves as senior auditor. Marcos conducts reviews of assigned organizational, functional, and fiscal activities at CSU campuses. Marcos is a certified public accountant and a certified internal auditor and earned his Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration from CSU Long Beach. During his free time, Marcos enjoys outdoor recreation activities, eating at new restaurants, and spending time with friends and family. Marcos, thank you for your service to the CSU. And now for our 10-year service award recipients. Ann Hough joined our division as a senior auditor and currently serves as a senior audit manager. Ann develops and maintains collaborative relationships with management at assigned campuses and develops individual campus audit plans. Ann is a certified internal auditor and earned her Bachelor's of Journalism from San Diego State University. During her free time, Ann enjoys traveling, being a pet parent to 3 cats, and is the proud mother to her daughter attending Cal Maritime. Ann, thank you for your service to the CSU. Alina Marquez joined our division as an administrative assistant and currently serves as executive assistant. As executive assistant, Alina provides direct support to the chief audit officer and division staff, performing a wide variety of general administrative duties. During her free time, Alina enjoys going on early morning hikes, learning new recipes and recreating her favorite restaurant dishes, and spending time with her 3 children and extended family. Alina, thank you for your service to the CSU. Dane McDonald joined our division as a senior auditor and currently serves as an advisory services manager. Through advisory services, Dane partners with campus management to identify solutions for business issues and improve operating areas. Dane is a certified internal auditor and a certified public accountant. He earned his bachelor's degree in finance from the University of Utah. In his spare time, he enjoys camping and spending quality time with his son and 2 daughters. Dane, thank you for your service to the CSU. Next, we have our 15-year service award recipient. Cynthia Sanford joined our division as a manager of investigations and currently serves as director of investigations and intergovernmental audits. Cynthia directs investigative reviews at various campuses and acts as the liaison for system-wide audits performed by the California State Auditor. Cynthia is a certified public accountant and earned her bachelor's degree in business administration from Cal State University, Fresno, and her MBA from Cal State University, Sacramento. During her free time, Cynthia enjoys spending time with her family in Fresno and adding personal decorative additions to her home. Cynthia, thank you for your service to the CSU. Lastly, we have our 20-year service award recipients. Gregory Dove joined our division in the year 2000, and during his 20-year tenure, Greg has managed information technology audits at every CSU campus. As IT audit manager, Greg manages a team of auditors who perform IT audits and advisory reviews across the system. Greg is a certified internal auditor and held a certified information systems auditor certification for 30 years. He earned his bachelor's degree in computer science from Oklahoma State University. In his spare time, Greg enjoys spending time with his family and following Oklahoma State athletics. Greg, thank you for your service to the CSU. Michelle Schlack joined our division as an audit manager and currently serves as Assistant Vice Chancellor for Audit Services. Michelle oversees the planning and development of a complex system-wide audit program for CSU campuses in the Chancellor's office. She also worked in the system-wide risk management department and holds the Associate in Risk Management certification. Michelle is a certified internal auditor and has a certification in control self-assessment. Michelle earned her bachelor's degree in business administration and recently completed the CSU's executive leadership program. Michelle enjoys traveling and taking her 3 grandkids on adventures in and around Long Beach. Michelle, thank you for your service to the CSU. This concludes the service awards for audit and advisory services.
Thank you, Interim Chief Audit Officer Marinescu. Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Financial Officer Steve Rallier will now do the honors of presenting service awards to members of the Division of Business and Finance.
Hello, Chancellor's Office colleagues. I am very happy to share this year's virtual celebration of the Annual Service Awards with you. Today, we honor over 40 business and finance employees for their service and dedication to the Chancellor's Office and the mission of the California State University. Now, I hope you and your families are taking precautions and managing to stay healthy and safe. It will take all of us to work together to keep the spread of COVID down. So before we begin the awards, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the numerous business and finance employees in our facilities, mailroom, IT, public safety, and risk management teams that have served as essential personnel continuing to work day in and day out in this building over the past 7 months. We appreciate you and thank you for your service and contributions. So this year has been extremely challenging and unpredictable. Our amazing teams and colleagues across the system have done such a great job at coming together to support one another and to support our students. Looking to the coming year, though much is still unknown, I'm hopeful that we'll navigate the uncertain times together and that with your flexibility and adaptability, we will allow our operations to continue remotely, and I thank you in advance for your commitment. And I also thank you for your work, your time, and effort this past year. It's truly an honor to be part of such a great and dedicated CSU family. So with that, we're on to the 2020 Service Award recipients for Business and Finance, and we'll begin with our 5-year service awards. I'm going to start with Mary Eck, who is the Assistant Vice Chancellor and Controller for Financial Services. Mary is a proud graduate of Cal State Long Beach and UC Irvine. Prior to joining the Chancellor's Office, she worked at Boeing in various executive leadership capacities. At the Chancellor's Office, Mary oversees the accounting and financial reporting functions for the Chancellor's Office and the entire Cal State system. As part of the Business and Finance Senior Leadership Team, she is continuously striving to improve services for the many system-wide colleagues that interact with financial services. Outside of work, she enjoys spending time with her husband, her daughters, and her grandchildren, cheering for the Dodgers, and is an avid reader. Thank you very much, Mary, for your 5 years of service. So now we're going to go on to our next recipient, Dorani Shanmugam, who is in our data warehouse reporting area, and he's the data warehouse administrator in information technology services. Ronnie is responsible for developing, configuring, and administering the reports that are part of the finance data warehouse and our new common human resources system, also known as CHRS. In his spare time, he enjoys photography and has been known to drive great distances to explore our wonderful country. Dorani and his fiance plan to marry in late October. So congratulations, and congratulations for 5 years of service to CSU. Our next recipient is Aaron Klemm. Aaron is celebrating his 5-year milestone for his second tour of duty in capital planning, design, and construction. His first tour of duty ran from 2004 to 2008 when he served as our energy program manager. Today, Aaron serves as Chief of Energy, Sustainability, and Transportation, where he helps the CSU achieve better, more sustainable campus environments. Aaron is married and has a 14-year-old son. He's an avid skier and can be found on winter weekends at his favorite resort in Alta, Utah. Thank you, Aaron, very much for your 5 years of service. Our next recipient, Stacy Bowerly. Stacy is a student administration senior business systems analyst in our IT department. A former CSU Long Beach student and employee, Stacy leads the system-wide reporting module for the application development team. Stacy loves to hang out with her dogs and fiance, cook and eat Italian food, and go to drive-ins. Something you might not know about Stacy is that she loves to do improv and has been in an improv group for years. Thank you, Stacy, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's office. So our next recipient is Lisa Kasten. Lisa joined the Chancellor's office with over a decade of experience in the insurance industry. Lisa is a graduate of Cal State Fullerton and Cal State Dominguez Hills and has recently been promoted to Associate Director for Financial Services Accounting. In her spare time, Lisa enjoys crafting, running, and spending time with her family and her dog, Harlow. She is also a past recipient of the Chancellor's Excellence Award. So thank you very much, Lisa, for your 5 years of service. Next, Edwin Cheng, who is our PeopleSoft consultant for the Chancellor's office and for many years has worked with our common management system team members. The Chancellor's office felt so much like home that Edwin finally took a permanent position with the Chancellor's office as an upgrade analyst. Edwin is the father of 2 amazing children, and he's an all-around great guy. Thank you, Edwin, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Next is Katie Wynn. Katie is a support analyst in the IT Support Center, and Katie has a smile on her face and loves supporting her team and the Chancellor's office every day. Katie loves all types of barbecue food, home cooking, and other fine dining experiences. Thank you, Katie, for 5 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Next is Jessica Tanaka, who is part of the System Financial Standards and Reporting Unit in the Financial Services Department. She is the CSU Risk Management Authority lead reporting accountant performing the audit function in preparation of the financial statements and other reporting that we do in the Chancellor's office. Jessica is unfailingly cheerful and is a hardworking team member, and she is the mother of 2 daughters, and her team cannot wait to help her welcome her 3rd child this month. Congratulations on that, Jessica, and congratulations on your 5 years of service. So next we have Cindy Lee, who's also part of the System Financial Standards and Reporting Unit in Financial Services. Cindy is the CO and Enterprise Accountant and helps with the CSU Risk Management Authority and the Stockton Center Site Authority accounting and audit functions. Even under very tight deadlines, Cindy is well organized, she's very efficient, she's upbeat, and very positive. Cindy is a great team player and is becoming an expert at virtual planning. She recently hosted 2 virtual baby showers for her colleagues. Thank you, Cindy, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Our next recipient is Maria Fong, who is a business intelligence and data operations development expert in our IT department. And she's responsible for architecting, developing, and deploying our cloud infrastructure. She is building a scalable network infrastructure that will support all the business intelligence and data operations needs in the Chancellor's office and for the system. Maria enjoys running, hiking, and traveling with her mother around the world. Thank you, Maria, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Up next, we have Nate Bryant, who is a financial reporting analyst in the System-Wide Financial Standards and Reporting Unit in the Financial Services Department. Nate earned his MBA in finance from Cal State Dominguez Hills, and he's become one of our most sought-after speakers for our financial reporting training conferences. Nate's knowledge and ability to communicate complex ideas to campus colleagues is very effective. He has participated in system implementations, improving the efficiency of system-wide financial reporting, and has been very helpful in data analysis. Thank you, Nate, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's Office and the system. Next, we have Brad Wells, who has been part of the CSU for 24 years, including 5 years at Cal State Fullerton, 4 years at Cal State East Bay, and 2 separate terms at the Chancellor's Office for 5 different chancellors. As Associate Vice Chancellor for Business and Finance, he is my trusted advisor. His incredible knowledge and understanding of the CSU and state policy has served the university well throughout the years. Brad was the first in his family to graduate from college and has degrees from Cal State Long Beach and Cal State East Bay. He understands the value of higher education and is proud to work with such dedicated colleagues to ensure that high-quality CSU education will continue to be available for future generations. In his leisure time, Brad enjoys spending time with his wife, Nancy, and taking on home renovation projects. He really enjoys it when those projects go well. And when they don't, they move out and he goes fly fishing. Thank you, Brad, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Our next recipient is Alice Chi, who is the web application developer for the Productivity Services Unit in Information Technology Services. Alice has converted our custom web applications to be mobile friendly and has created numerous custom web applications for various departments. She is also in charge of the platform which hosts the CSU Success, How to Get into College, CEO in the Know, and A Great Place to Work sites. These are all separate sites that she is in charge of. Outside of work, Alice enjoys traveling both domestically and internationally. She enjoys tennis and bowling. She also volunteers at nonprofit organizations such as Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, and she volunteers for the American Red Cross. At home, she enjoys spoiling her 3 pet rabbits and becoming mesmerized with her 10-gallon fish tank. Thank you, Alice, for your 5 years of service. Next up, we've got Danny Reagan, who serves as the Administrative Analyst Specialist for Financial Services. Now, chances are, if you have visited financial services, you've been happily greeted by Danny. Danny's always willing to offer assistance, and his readiness to smile and offer a joke to brighten your day make him a joy for his colleagues to work with. During his time away from work, Danny enjoys spending time with his wife, his 3 children, and their dog. Thank you, Danny, for 5 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Next, we've got Jimmy Wynn. He is our resident technical support specialist in the IT department. Jimmy is always ready to assist colleagues with technical problems and offer helpful tips to make their work easier. In his personal time, Jimmy loves spending time with his wife and their 1-year-old son. He enjoys movies, video games, and technology in general, and is always in the know about new gadgets on the market. Thank you, Jimmy, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Melanie Pearson is the administrative assistant and the face and voice of contract services and procurement to the Chancellor's Office and to the campuses. She manages the daily operations for the department and, most importantly, manages her boss, Arun Kasuba's schedule, keeping him in line to the extent you can. Melanie also coordinates department meetings and many team-building social activities. She is dedicated to providing excellent customer service and greets all with her bright smile and cheery voice. Melanie is a proud mother of 2. Her daughter, Milan, who has graced the Chancellor's Office with her presence on several occasions, has quickly become a darling of the department. Thank you, Melanie, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Juan Cabrera has been a long connection with the CSU. He's earned his bachelor's degree in kinesiology from CSU Long Beach in 2004 and began his career there, serving for 5 years as the Field Services and Enforcement Manager for the Cal State Long Beach Police Department. Today, Juan is the Assistant Director of the Chancellor's Office Public Safety Team. Now, when Juan isn't working to create a safe environment for all of us at the Chancellor's Office, he enjoys spending time with his family, bike riding, golfing, playing softball, cooking, and spending time at the beach. Thank you, Juan, and congratulations for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Next up, John Laceman, who is an application development team manager and serves as the Student Administration Senior Business System Analyst in the IT department. With these 5 years of service with the CSU, John is marking 30 years of service in higher education. Outside of his job, John enjoys his 4 fur babies and consequently spends a lot of time vacuuming. Thank you, John, for 5 years of service. Next, we have Larry Flores, who is a maintenance mechanic for the Chancellor's Office Facilities team. As a journeyman carpenter, he has played a key role in the completion of many projects and continues to expand his experience outside the carpentry trade. He also has become quite the ergonomic equipment specialist and takes pride in all of his work. In his spare time, Larry enjoys spending time with his wife, Stephanie, and his almost 2-year-old son, Larry Jr. He enjoys attending car shows, riding motorcycles, golfing, and traveling with his family. Larry also coaches football at Bishop Amat High School and hopes to one day coach his son. Larry, I miss seeing you around the Chancellor's Office, and I want to thank you for your 5 years of service. Next, we have Jeff Nari, who joined the Chancellor's Office Facilities team as a maintenance mechanic. Since then, he has become a certified trainer for the CSU's apprentice program and is the mentor for the Chancellor's Office electrical area. Although Jeff is a licensed electrician by trade, he has a vast knowledge of many trades. Jeff enjoys spending his time with his wife of 30 years, Diana, and their children. Jeff's hobbies include boating, water skiing, snow skiing, hiking, all of which he enjoys doing with his family. Jeff, I also miss seeing you every day in the Chancellor's Office, and I want to thank you for your 5 years of service. Congratulations. Next, we have Anthony Pineda, who began his career at the Chancellor's Office as a day porter, and shortly after that was promoted to lead custodian. Now, Anthony aspired to be a tradesman, and with hard work, he became an electrician apprentice for the facilities team. He has excelled at his position and is on schedule to graduate from the program next year and start his career as a journeyman electrician. In his free time, Anthony enjoys going to Magic Mountain and Hurricane Harbor with his wife and 2 sons. Anthony also enjoys volunteering as a coach for his son's Little League baseball teams and shares his love for Legos with his boys. Thank you, Anthony, for your 5 years of service. Jeannie Pham is a finance senior technical developer and analyst in our IT department. Jeannie is a graduate of Cal Poly Pomona and has spent more than 20 years working with PeopleSoft. She is a technical whiz who looks for efficiencies everywhere. She saved the CSU thousands of dollars in consulting costs when converting to business intelligence publisher checks from our old format. Jeannie's contributions to the team are significant, and we're glad to have her expertise and wealth of knowledge. Thank you, Jeannie, for your 5 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. So that rounds out our 5-year service awardees for business and finance. And now we're going to move to the 10-year service awardees. Although I actually have to say awardee because we only have one recipient in this category for 10 years. And that recipient is Frances Cohen, who's an administrative specialist and a devoted member of the ITS administration department. Frances is a diligent and efficient worker, demonstrates professionalism in all situations, and can always be counted on to assist colleagues with any task with a smile. Frances loves the beach, traveling, and spending time with her family and friends. Thank you, Frances, for your 10 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. So with that, we're going to move on to our 15-year service awards. And starting that group is Helen Lee, who's a database analyst and migration specialist and has worked her entire CSU career on the technical services team in IT. Helen is always willing to help, which makes her a highly valued member of that team. Outside of the university, Helen has a fondness for animals, and most specifically for dogs. Besides her pets, whenever possible, Helen is planning and taking memorable vacations and has been traveling to many of the world's greatest destinations. Thank you, Helen, and congratulations on your 15 years of service. Next, we have Kelly Cox, who began her CSU career 25 years ago as a CSU Long Beach student assistant and worked her way up to assistant controller in extended education. In 2005, Kelly transferred to the Financial Services Department in the Chancellor's office, and Kelly currently serves as the Associate Director of Fiscal Services in Capital Planning, Design, and Construction, where she provides accounting and financial reporting expertise. Kelly has been instrumental in helping CPDC with key initiatives, the project management web software platform, and contract management. Kelly has 2 teenage daughters who keep her very busy when she's not at the office. Thank you, Kelly, for your 15 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Carol Kiliani is a project manager and has provided her project management knowledge and expertise to support the work of information technology services at the Chancellor's office and for the campuses. If asked why she likes being part of IT projects, Carol would always respond by saying it allows her to get to know everyone in the building. Carol is definitely a people person and always available for a conversation and to lend a helping hand. Thank you, Carol, for your 15 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Next, we have Matt Ching, who is a database support manager in technical services. Matt oversees all aspects of the administration, operations, and support for the Common Management System and the Chancellor's Office database systems. Prior to becoming database support manager, Matt provided senior database administration support in the technical services area. Outside of work, Matt has a passion for construction projects, and he's consistently helping friends and family around their homes with a variety of projects. Thank you, Matt, for your 15 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Next, we have Ariel McDaniels, who works in technical services as a tech service coordinator. Ariel has proven himself as a trusted member of the IT Support Center and Technical Services Migration Team. In addition to coordinating all daily campus migration activities, Ariel also counts departmental projects, hybrid cloud activities, campus registration events, and the start of class performance testing among his many contributions. Outside of work, Ariel loves rooting for the LA Angels, the Lakers, and the Rams. In October 2020, Ariel, wife and son, will be adding a baby girl to their growing family. Congratulations, Ariel, and congratulations and thank you for your 15 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Reza Morikabi is a support analyst in the IT Support Center where he provides technology support to the Chancellor's office. Reza has been married for over 20 years and has 3 children, 2 of which just started online high school. Most weekends you'll find Reza doing home building projects, but he also enjoys cooking, baking, and time with his family. Thank you, Reza, for your 15 years of service to the Chancellor's office. Vicki Ketchkian is part of the application development team and serves as human resources technical development analyst for the IT department. Vicki was a proud member of the CO Knit Club before we had to shift to remote work. One of Vicki's goals on her 5-year service award was to visit all the CSUs, and she still has a mere 15 more campuses to go. That's 15 campuses for 15 years of service. So thank you, Vicki, for your years of service to the Chancellor's office. Marcus Mizushima is an identity management analyst and leads the team that is responsible for enabling single sign-on for the Chancellor's Office. 13 of Marcus's 15 years with the CSU have been leading system-wide program efforts that will allow easy and secure access to over 50 system-wide services. As a graduate of CSU Dominguez Hills, Marcus enjoys cooking, family life, and to his team's dismay, because they worry about him being injured, he enjoys mountain biking. Thank you, Marcus, for your 15 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Hong Fu is part of the application development team and serves as student administrator technical developer analyst for the IT department. Hong spends important family time with her parents and son and enjoys every moment doing simple things like watching TV, cooking, and playing badminton after dinner. She loves to walk and misses the ocean walks around the Chancellor's Office. Hong can't wait to get back to traveling with her family soon, experiencing different cities and different cultures. Thank you, Hong, for your 15 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Next up, we have Michael Yee, who has been a Unix systems administrator with the Chancellor's Office for 15 years. Outside of work, Michael enjoys photography, playing guitar, computers, and gadgets. Much of his free time is spent with his son out biking, swimming, hitting the soccer ball, and playing frisbee. During this period of working from home, he has also been enjoying having 3 family meals a day and weekend beach excursions with his family. Thank you, Michael, for your 15 years of service. Next up, we have Jose Baldonado, who is the technical lead for the Enterprise Integration team. Jose started his career at the Chancellor's Office working in Common Management System Technical Services, and more recently transferred to the Implementation Services Working Group on the Personnel Data Management Project. Jose has 2 kids in college, none yet at the CSU, but with 1 more child still in high school, there is still hope. Jose loves barbecue and has worked on perfecting his technique of smoking ribs and brisket. Sounds delicious. Jose has made his brisket so often that his wife and daughter have started complaining. It's okay, bring it to me, Jose. His boys, however, are big fans of his barbecue and believe he could make some money with this someday. Thank you, Jose, for your 15 years of service with the Chancellor's Office. Our next recipient is Andy Sidnor, who started at the Chancellor's Office on the PeopleSoft Human Resources team as a functional analyst and plans on being here for only a couple of years. After stints as a Common Management System campus liaison and managing the operations of the Information Systems Department, Andy joined the Data Warehouse team. Today, Andy is the director of the newly named Business Intelligence and Data Operations team, overseeing a transformation on how we are managing data and addressing the data and information needs of the Chancellor's Office and our campuses. When not doing all of these things, Andy is playing dad to 2 growing teenagers who are anxious to get back to traveling soon. Thank you, Andy, for your 15 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. And with Andy's recognition, that concludes our 15-year service awards for business and finance. Next up, we've got the 20-year category. So starting with our 20-year service awards is Audra Reed, who is the Senior Office Administrator for the Financing, Treasury, and Risk Management team, where she helps ensure the smooth running of the 4 departments within that team. Among her many qualities are her heart. Audra is a people person. She has a great sense of humor and a spirit of generosity. Not only do these attributes serve her well in her work, they are also very evident in her favorite pastime, which is baking, especially for other people, which I've been very fortunate to enjoy on many occasions. Audra, thank you and congratulations on your 20 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. So our next recipient in this category is Elmo Carino, who is a documentation coordinator and began working at the Chancellor's Office 20 years ago. during the Common Management System's initial part of that project. He is a proud contributor to the CMS website and the services provided to the CSU campuses. He has delivered thousands of documents and has influenced the implementation of documentation and quality standards. If asked what the favorite part of his job is, Elmo would say his coworkers are. They are his family, and he has made many friends over the years. Thank you, Elmo, for your 20 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Our next recipient is Jennifer Robinson, who is the Database Analyst and Migration Specialist in the IT department and has dedicated her professional career to the Common Management System team. From the beginning of her tenure, Jennifer has been an essential part of the PeopleSoft technical support team, assisting campuses and individuals' workdays go very smoothly. More recently, Jennifer has been an integral part of the technical services production team. As a migrator, Jennifer is directly involved with carrying out complicated fixes and updates to many of our campus production systems. Outside of the CSU, Jennifer is married with a son and often shares warm stories of her and her family. Thank you, Jennifer, for your 20 years of service. Next up with 20 years of service is Sylvia Olivas, who is a graduate of Cal State Northridge, CSUN, and joined the Chancellor's Office 20 years ago. Since then, she's held various positions in accounting and financial reporting and currently supports sponsored programs as the post-award manager. Her proficiency, her years of experience, and calm demeanor make all that she does seem so easy. Sylvia loves family celebrations, especially making tamales for Christmas and annual family camping trips to national parks. She also loves to hike and attend baseball spring training with her husband and her friends. Sylvia, thank you so much for your 20 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Next up, we have Paula Freimeyer, who has been with Capital Planning Design Construction for her 20-year CSU career. She has worked in several units, including executive, land use planning, energy and sustainability, and is currently in facilities operations as an administrative analyst. Outside of work, Paula enjoys spending weekends in Mojiska Canyon and with her family, her dog River, and a 5-year-old giant schnoodle, and her grand pups Loki and Koa. She and her family love to travel every year to the Cayman Islands. Thank you, Paula, for your 20 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Alex Gibson joined the Chancellor's Office 20 years ago. He's our resident desktop engineer in IT, and his expertise is depended upon to resolve a wide range of computer-related issues. Alex is a dedicated employee that enjoys supporting the CO staff and always with a smile. Outside of work, you might find Alex spending time with his family, as well as enjoying music, sports, and growing chili peppers that I am told will melt your face off. Thank you, Alex, for your 20 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. Next, we got Angie Renaud, who began her CSU career at CSU Long Beach. She joined the Chancellor's Office team in the year 2000, and she came in as a general fund accountant in the General Accounting Department. Angie has been a key contributor to the System Revenue Bond and Capital Projects team, who think she is an absolute pleasure to work with. And when she's not working, Angie enjoys reading, spending time at the gym, and then walking the trails at local beaches, visiting museums, and listening to music. Thank you, Angie, for your 20 years of service to the Chancellor's Office. And with Angie, that concludes our 20-year service awards for business and finance. Now, we have one recipient who actually has 35 years of service with the Chancellor's Office, and that is Cecil Hewitt. Cecil, who I miss seeing every day, has been a dedicated CSU employee for really 35 years. He was hired as a reprographic technician in 1985 and went on to work as administrative office assistant in the supply room. Eventually, the mailroom and supply units were combined, and Cecil currently serves as support services assistant and essential personnel during this COVID-19 era, holding down the fort as part of the mailroom team that has been in the building every day. In his free time, Cecil is an avid baker, enjoys bowling, he enjoys playing cards, and most of all, he enjoys spending time with his lovely wife. Cecil, congratulations and thank you for your 35 years of service. Your dedication is truly appreciated by us and inspired all of us. So that concludes the service awards for business and finance. I want to again extend my congratulations to all of the recipients of this year's awards. Just a great group of people that I feel so fortunate to work with. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Executive Vice Chancellor Rallier. And now we welcome back Chancellor White, who will recognize a member of the Executive Office, as well as our 2 Executive Vice Chancellors who are being honored today. Chancellor White will also deliver a few closing remarks.
Finally, it's my turn. And while these 3 individuals may be last in today's long line of awardees, they're anything but least in terms of their contributions to the Chancellor's Office and to the CSU writ large. From the Executive Office, we recognize Dave Stanton for 20 years of service. After having managed the State University House for many years before it was sold, Dave has transitioned into a new role as Executive Office and Event Manager, a job he has taken on with equal parts of proficiency and flair. Dave is ubiquitous around the Executive Office and has built and maintained excellent working relationships with trustees, campus presidents, and alike. He is meticulous in planning events and always the last to leave, often hours after the event is concluded. Thank you and congratulations, Dave, on celebrating your 20th year with the California State University. Now, to 2 Vice Chancellors. This is no overstatement. Executive Vice Chancellor Dr. Lauren Blanchard has transformed academic and student affairs at the CSU. In fact, it was upon his arrival that we added student affairs to the division. His skilled management of the holistic integration of these 2 components has, in large part, made the learning and discovery experience what it is today for our students. Lauren's commitment to student success and to eliminating equity gaps is utterly heartfelt, and the CSU is a demonstrably stronger institution as a result. Lauren, I'm so grateful for your 5 years of service. Executive Vice Chancellor and General Counsel and Cal State Long Beach grad Andy Jones may not have been born and raised in the CSU, but it sure feels that way. Andy came to us in the year 2000 after a successful career in private legal practice, and it's been to the university's great benefit ever since. With an enormous and keen intellect, matched only by his boundless enthusiasm for taking on any challenge, Andy's one of those folks who says yes, and then asks what the task is. His positive impacts to the CSU have been many and varied and always substantial, whether it's serving as university counsel at several campuses, interim vice chancellor of human resources, or in a variety of senior leadership positions in OGC before assuming his current role. Thank you and congratulations, Andy, for your first 20 years at the CSU. That brings us to the end of this year's program. I want to thank all of you for joining in celebration of our colleagues' remarkable commitment to student, faculty, staff, and alumni success across the Cal State University. For these closing remarks, I was prepared to urge you to stay committed to the CSU's mission, no matter the headwinds we may face as individuals or as an institution in these days, weeks, months, and years to come. But when I consider your stories, when I think about how all of you live out our core values in your work each and every day, I know those words are unnecessary. Instead, I'm reminded of a passage from my State of the CSU address back in January. We are the CSU. Our mission does not live on an about page on our website or in a glossy brochure printed on heavy stock paper. It lives within you. It lives within each of us. It lives within all of us. And ultimately, That is why the state of the CSU is strong and why it will remain so long after my tenure is over. Thank you for all that you do to carry forward the CSU's values of opportunity, diversity, equality, and inclusive excellence. And thank you for making my time in service to this wonderful university as its chancellor the capstone to a career that has exceeded my wildest expectations. And for that, you will always have my deepest gratitude. I wish you all the best, and congratulations again to this year's awardees.